Gosh, I miss Joint Avenue. You know, I just... Sorry, something about the Joint Avenue music just got me in the nostalgia feels a minute there. Like, something just... Ugh! Oh, that's right. When I was, like... I don't know. Well, Joint Avenue was probably, like, when I was 13 or 14. Because that's when, around that time that, Black and White 2 came out, isn't it? Because I was right around when I started getting more into Kingdom Hearts. So prime teenagers, probably. Yeah, 2012, 2013. 2012 release. Late 2012 release date. Yep. Weird to think about. It's been so long, man. And I haven't played a Pokemon game in so long either. I don't know, it's just weird to think about something that used to be such a big part of your life and now it's not. I imagine that's even harder when it's a person instead of a thing, you know? That you were just interested in. In comparison to SMT4A, it's been a few months since I've played that game, isn't it? I enjoyed it okay. I still haven't started playing Persona Q2 again. I'm trying to cross off a couple things off my to-do list when it comes to that. Plus, I've got a different clip I want to make this week anyway, so probably start playing it again next week off stream. I do want to finish it. It's just... it was so bad for streams. Nier Automata's, or Nier Replicant's been doing a little bit better, but... it might also just be the time of year. I know that viewership numbers just generally go down around this time of year. People get busy with exams and stuff. Okay. Let me go ahead and hop over here. I gotta get the game open. I don't know how long today's stream is gonna be. We're just gonna go until I finish the game, pretty much. Because we got probably like an hour or two left. So we're just gonna go through. We'll see how it goes. I just want to see how it ends. I figured I'd stream it, you know. Because why not? Okay. So let's head over here a minute. You guys will probably want to be able to hear the game. Alright. Just gonna get back into it, I guess. I found Scarlet inside the library, the place I'd most often meet her for the first time. She always looked so happy when she was reading. It did the heart good to try and make her smile in the same way when I talked with her. We became fast friends again. The similarity of our situations might have played a part in that. Still, I'm not sure why Allie insisted on me going on a date with Scarlet today. Sure, getting her memories back will be a huge win, but... Hey! Hey! Scarlet, Fox. I'm glad you're safe. Things are going crazy out there. What's happening? I know it sounds crazy, but there's a horde of zombies outside. The brothers Five and a lot of our behind the scenes help when crazy. And Scarlet, you did this, didn't you? Wait, what? I've been here the whole time with him. I couldn't have. I've never heard of anything like this. Wait, what? Huh? It's true. I can vouch for her. We've both been here since our date started. Well, either way, I bet you can create a cure for it, no? I mean, I probably could, but I need my equipment. I'm not sure why, but I can't find it anywhere. Follow me. You can use our lab. Followed Kat to the games room. Kat put her hand against the wall of the games room, revealing a hidden trap door. She walked in and beckoned for us to follow. We walked down the spiraling stairs for who knows how long. I lost track more than a few times. I remember this place. You should have everything you need in this room to make a cure. Just don't go snooping around. This lab belongs to R&D, and we could all get in trouble if you do. Actually, this place doesn't have everything I need. What else do you need? To build a cure, I'm gonna need a sample of whatever this is. I need a live specimen. Ugh. I'm sure he can help you with that. I've got, some editing that needs my attention. You got this. And just like that, she was gone. If it makes you feel better, I'll help you catch somebody. You sure? If you're the only one who can make the cure, then it might be better for you to stay back. No thanks. There's no way I'm letting you out there alone. I don't know what I want you to think I'm weird, but I just got the feeling I'd be pretty good at collecting unwilling zombie specimens. That is weird. That is weird. But in this case, she's absolutely correct. Some memories must be intact, even if they're kept below the surface. Well, let's get on with this. We went back up to the surface. Everywhere we looked was overrun by zombies. We wouldn't stand a chance against a group, so we spent the day trying to split them up, as well as searching for lone wolves. Brains! Bananas! We're in luck. We finally got an isolated sample. How are we supposed to bring him in, though? One bite and we're finished. I've got just the thing. Scarlet pulled out a pair of brass knuckles. Where did you even get that? Is that really important right now? You mind looking the other way for a second? It's embarrassing. Sure, Scarlet. I turned around. Brains! Bananas! I hope your health insurance covers this. Whack. Ugh. Once more, with feeling. Are we the bad guys? We dragged him back to the mansion, paying careful attention to run any more of the zombies running amok. Scarlet opened the hidden trapdoor in the games room, and I pulled Four's unconscious body in. Oh, fuck. My hand slipped, causing Four's body to tumble down the stairs. Bong, bong, bong. He just kept going and going. I know. I'll get him. Better be quick, or we're not gonna have a live specimen. Luckily, I managed to catch him pretty quickly. We put him on the operating table for Scarlet to analyze. Interesting. What's up? This virus. It's pretty clear it's man-made. Even more interesting is that it looks like something I would make. Not that I ever made zombie viruses. Yes, you have. It's kind of cute how you try to hide it. Kat, you there? Weird. I thought Kat was supposed to be able to hear us from anywhere on the island. Maybe no microphones all the way down here? I guess so. Well, I was gonna tell her we've got the cure now. Sweet. Great work, Scarlet. You bet I did. We administered the cure to Four and then went back upstairs together. Kat, you there? What's up, Scarlet? I've been waiting hours for you guys. Are you two done yet? We've got the cure now. We'll need your people's help to administer it. We'll be right on it. Lay low for now. We're coming to get you. In the meantime, how about you tell me about yourself? It'd be my pleasure. With Kat's help, we managed to quell the zombie plague. We had just enough time left in the day for a lovely dinner with her. After that, I went for a night walk with Allie. Somewhere safe from prying eyes. You should buy a girl dinner first before you murder her in the woods, you know. I think I found the way to bring the others' memories back. You found their lab, didn't you? Pretty much. Sweet. I wasn't sure how to get back there after they shipped us out of there, so that's a huge win. So where is it? There's a secret trapdoor in the games room. You just have to press the hidden panel on the wall. That's sad. How are we supposed to get in without being seen? There's cameras everywhere. Scarlet and I were only allowed to enter because of the whole pandemic. Don't you worry about that. I've got an inside man. Four's going to be helping us override a few cameras and microphones in the mansion with old recordings. 4? That way we can get in and stay inside That way we can get in and stay inside long enough to get their memories back without raising or any sort of fuss. Another grammatical mistake there. The brother we KO'd today down the stairs? What's that look for? I'm surprised he's still standing after today, to be honest. I wouldn't work with people who go down that easy. Is 4 always working with you? Nope, never till now. But we can't afford to refuse his help. I've had him prove he's trustworthy, don't worry. You can count on him. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, we have everything we need for this first part of the plan. Up for a trip down memory lane together? Sounds like a plan. You guys have to see this. Trust me. Allie put her hand against the secret panel. A second later, the wall parted to reveal the winding staircase, Ford became intimately and repeatedly familiar with. Did Allie prove Ford's trust before or after his little trip on the stairs? Whoa, you guys found my secret spot already? I'm sorry, what? I found this place this morning! I sat near the top of the stairs and played for a while. It was more fun to play in the dark. Hold me back. Allie explained the situation as we walked down the stairs. Sure enough, they were skeptical. Except for Scarlet. Okay, your story makes a little more sense when you come down here. We walked towards the machines in a mixture of awe and fear. The markings on this machine. My father's company made these. Why? They didn't. Not my baby. I'm sorry, everyone. I wish what I had to say wasn't true, but it is. I don't know why we're being kept here, why they film this show over and over, but I know that if we don't escape and fast, they're gonna kill us, sooner or later. He and I are going to do our very best to make sure we all get out of this here alive. But to do that, I need you to trust me. Trust you with what? I need you to trust me enough to step back into the tanks that kept you in. For us to escape, we all need to have our memories back, otherwise you won't trust us enough. I'd have to be quite foolish to step in this tank just because someone said so. Violet, you can trust her. Excuse me? I know she's telling the truth about this machine. Because I built this. This isn't the first time we've met, is it? No, it isn't. We've gotten to know each other quite a few times by now. It's a strange feeling. On one hand, this is horrible. On the other hand, I'm glad the machine works. Maybe one day I'll put to use the way it should be. Alright, I'll trust you. We just walk back into the machine? Thank you. I know it'd be difficult to trust me, so I appreciate it. There's a machine that should have your name on it. Go into it and then he and I will start the reversal process. I do hope this works. It should, but it might hurt a bit. Do spare me from the details, please. Scarlet and Violet walked to their respective machines. I don't really get it, but I trust you. And besides, I got a thing for big things made out of metal. They're like mecha, I guess? Is this going to hurt? Probably. It is. I'm sorry. Don't be. I'm happy you wouldn't lie to me. It makes me even more sure to trust you. Here we go. Let's do this. Alright, they're in their tanks. Let's do this. On it. Even if it was necessary for all of us, their screams from the reversal process were almost more than I could take. Allie and I covered our years as Violet, Scarlet, and you, and Tara remembered years of memories in a matter of minutes. After doing all this, I'll be getting out of here. They stepped out of the tanks after what must have felt like hours to them. Guys, you okay? This probably isn't the time to mention it, but I meant to bet with 4 about what would happen when they got their memories back. What did you bet? I'm going to watch from a safer distance, if you don't mind. If looks could kill, the girls that had just gotten out of the tanks would have killed me several times over. They ran to me screaming and yelling, "You 5-timing cheater!" Wait, I can't explain. Too late. They were on me like hyenas. Ah! Now that we've all calmed down, how about we go over the escape plan? Better be good. For your sake. Out with it then. Alright, listen up. Over the next hour, Allie explained their plan from start to finish. Trust me, it's the best we've got. If this is our plan, we're doomed. Congrats, you made it to day 2. She really gave our audience a run for their money yesterday with Scarlet. And that's before we got the zombies involved, believe it or not. Glad to hear that. Think you'll choose Scarlet at the end of this? Too early to say. I figure it's best to make things seem uncertain as possible, not to get focused on any one girl. Kat said that getting low ratings during the show could end up with them shutting it down early. If that happened this time, then game over, man. Game over. The only reason why we're able to make these moves right now is because Allie's machine glitched out. Who knows if that would ever happen again. There's no room for error. Too early to say right now, but she's definitely up there, Kat. I like the sound of that. But you know what I like even more? Drama. And what better way to start that fire than a full date with another woman? If it ain't broke. So, who's it gonna be? Have you ever noticed that there's only one room in the mansion that's locked? Nope, not even a bit. Really? It's right by the games room, and it's not the hidden one. I'm starting to understand why you've been stuck here all this time. I was snooping around at night looking for snacks when I saw Kat open it, using a black key that she kept on a keyring in her pocket. It was definitely a master key. I've seen her use the same key both in the mansion as well as on other buildings. Sounds like it'd be pretty good to get our hands on that. Exactly. If you could give me that key for even a minute, I can make a mold of it that we can use as a duplicate key. I'm betting that would be pretty helpful for getting us out of here, to put it lightly. That's awesome. But wouldn't Kat notice her master key going missing? You're absolutely right, especially if you or I try to take it. I'm feeling a butt coming, but it won't be you or I taking it. Tomorrow, ask it to take you on a date. Let me go get you. By the end of tonight, you'll both understand why it has to be you two. I'd say sounds like a plan, but I have no idea what's going on. Okay. Trust me, when have I ever been wrong? I could list every single date we've been on as evidence. Those don't count. You. There's just something about her, you know? We'll make it happen. It was the first date since getting all the girls' memories back. We went for a walk out in the woods, the same date we had when we truly had met again for the first time. It was a little awkward at first, figuring out how to not give away what we knew on camera, but we figured it out pretty quick. It's so nice to see you again. I feel the same way. After all this time, it's gotta be fate, hasn't it? It must be. To be honest, I feel like things are going a little over my head. The show, meeting you again, everything, it's just moving so fast. Sometimes I feel like everything's just moving too fast for me to keep up. But with you, everything feels alright. Like I know it's going to be okay. Would it be okay if we just spend today this way? She leaned in closer and put her arms around me. I wouldn't have it any other way. Wait a minute, what about getting the master key? I can tell from your face what you're thinking about. Don't worry, I've got that covered. Bun Bun Bun! Bun 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 darted out of a nearby bush and ran to Yu's side. What a good boy. You're a good boy. She picked him up and hugged him tight. It was impossible not to smile. Almost forgot. Bun Bun Bun. Hunt. Bun 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 leapt out of her arms and dashed toward the mansion. And with that out of the way, how about we walk with her a little longer? What just happened? She reached for my hand and then held it tight. I'd like that. We talked and walked for hours. When we took breaks, we laid next to each other on the grass, talking about anything and everything. She was a lovely girl. At times, I remember how dire the situation we were in, and I couldn't help but freeze up. But with you, I'm never afraid to face those fears. She makes me braver with just a smile. Even when she couldn't ask directly what was on my mind, she found ways to comfort me despite that. And in turn, to make her smile made me feel lighter than air. A life with her would be wonderful. Gonna make sure to get us all out of here safe. Yeah? I love you. I hope we can spend another day together, just like this, soon. I can't wait for that day. I'll be counting the days till then. We walked back to the mansion together, hand in hand, and went our separate ways. Mox, you would not believe what happened to me today. What happened, Cat? I got attacked by some sort of forest monster. It was at least 10 feet tall, had monstrous teeth, and there was at least 5 of them. It took everything I had to not laugh. Luckily, I managed to fight them off without any permanent injury. I made sure that Ford deleted the footage. That shit was both embarrassing and traumatic. That's good to know. This is the worst run yet, man. What do you mean by that? Oh, nothing. I just had a long day. I'll bet. You should get some rest while you have the chance. 5 force beasts is nothing to sniff at. You're making fun of me, aren't you? Not at all, Cat. Forest beasts affect 1 in 10 people. It could happen to you. Right. I'll see you later. Good night. Huh, another typo. That should be her name, not mine. Mission success. I can't believe that worked. How did you train your pet bunny to do all that? It's all special thanks to our special training last night. I may have made a few contracts with a few devils from the forest, but... I'm sorry, what? I'm half kidding. Don't worry about it. Which half? Are the keys ready to use? Not yet, which sucks. It's gonna take a little longer for the makeshift plaster to set. Where'd you get the plaster from, by the way? Believe me, knowing more about how we got it will not make you any happier as a person. I'm cool with not knowing. Anyway, the keys will probably be usable by tomorrow morning, but you'll have to have your next date by then. We'll test them out as soon as it's night tomorrow. Sound good? Sounds good to me. Awesome. Let's go, team. How about you let the rest of the girls know? Forrest disabled the audio recordings in the house tonight, so we should be able to good to talk back up there. I'll let them know. I walk back up the staircase, back to the mansion. Where are they? Ah, I can hear some sounds from the kitchen. I'll make my way over. Hey, Violet. How are you? Goodness! Apologies. I didn't see you there. You seem pretty deep in thought. What's on your mind? Besides to say hundreds of different versions of memories of the same week? I'm worried for the people back home. Yu has her sisters to worry about, though she tries not to burden anyone with that feeling. Everyone has family out there, and who knows what's happened to them in the last... well, however long we've been trapped here. I have never gotten along with my parents that well, but even so, they must be worried sick. I'm sure they're doing fine, Violet. And they're going to be so happy to see you again? You're right. Though there's no way you could know for sure, could you? I guess so, but you gotta believe, right? I suppose you're right again. When we finally escape this dreadful place, I'm going to hold them so tight. It's kind of funny. What is, Violet? I told you I had a twin sister, right? Yeah, you did. Her name was... Viola? That would be her. She was always my parents' favorite. You know the type. She came first in just about everything, while I did not. Even so, we got along just fine. I was proud to call her my sister. Then there was the accident. She saw the car before I did. She moved to protect me before I could. And in the end, she was hit before I was. And she died for it. I'm so sorry, Violet. Before then, I had no problem being second place to her. But for her sake, for just that one time, I wish I had come in first. I'm oversharing, aren't I? I apologize. It's okay, Violet. Just say what you're feeling. You're kind. It's something I adore about you, you know? After Viola died, I did my very best to live up to the standards she set for my parents. You can probably guess how well that went. Yeah, I know, I've played Persona 5 Royal, thanks. I wasn't as good as running the business, or appearing prim and proper, or even things like finding a partner. It's a little embarrassing, really. But that's the whole reason I came here. My parents saw an ad for the show and thought it might help me. Or perhaps they just wanted to kick me out of the house to make more room for my new baby brother. I couldn't resist the chance for them to support me for once. At times, I feel like I can't do anything right. Look at how this show has developed. This is a nightmare in every regard. Violet. Yes? I held her in my arms tightly. You're an incredible woman, and believe me, there's nothing you can't do. I've seen you put the fear of God into the Brothers 5 and make delicious meals that some people would probably kill for. Even if this is a nightmare, it's one we are going to get out of together. And we wouldn't be able to do it without you. You are too kind. Thank you for the... I appreciate it. But enough about me. Have you remembered anything about why you came here? Unfortunately, I haven't, but I'm hoping the Master Key we pilfered will help with that. I hope so, for your sake. In the event where it does not provide any answers, my previous offer about finding you help outside of here to get your memory back stands. Thanks, Violet. I really appreciate that. It's the least I could do. I still fancy you. Quite a bit, you know? I know it's not the time or place, but maybe when we get out of here, perhaps you'll join me for, say, a lovely cruise around what's left of the world. I'm looking forward to that day. As am I. We talked for a few months longer before retiring for the night. For once, I lay in bed not worrying about being killed. For once, I was excited for what tomorrow would bring. It's only up from here. Phlox! Allie, what are you? Never mind that. You've got to come down to the lab. What is it? We found something, and I know you'll want to see it. She reached for my hand and pulled me as we ran. The other girls were already there, crowded around a table with a pile of folders on top of it. What's going on? I was just looking around the lab when I stumbled across these. There are files. I didn't read anyone's but my own, but I have to warn you. Caution was the last thing on all of our minds. Most of us scrambled to find our own file, except for you, who was already holding hers, and Allie. Weird. There's no file for me here. I double-checked, but there was nothing for me. Guess I'm not getting any answers today. Allie slowly walked to the pile, found her own, then opened it in one fluid motion. Interesting. What is it? Allie Major. Sent to the island for being suspected of committing treason against the government. Selected for the experimental shows for fitting the sporty girl archetype we need. Sporty girl archetype. We need one of those. Ha! It's good to know this whole get-up was a good idea. Did you know I actually fucking hate sports? I've never seen Allie look so angry. Let's see. I got all the fake information I gave. That sounds about right. What is it? They've been taking extremely detailed notes on me for every single run of the show for the past 2 years. What I've done here, things I've said, in private or with others. They've got notes down here to how and when I brush my teeth. I react differently when they change the show or tell me different things, or nothing but lab rats to them. It's true, and it's my fault. What do you mean? If I hadn't invented this machine in the first place, none of this would have ever happened. It's not your fault, Scarlet. You really wanted to help people, and that was a great thing. Whoever used your invention for this is to blame, not you. If you say so. My file says they wiped my memories and put me on the show to make sure that no one else could build this technology? I can't even begin to understand how that could ever be a reason for causing all this. I'm not sure we'd even want to understand the people who run this place. The room fell silent. I wanted to crack a joke to ease the tension, but it was impossible. Thank goodness. Wait, what? I'm surprised to hear you say that, you, all things considered. Sorry. I know how that must have sounded. Sorry, guys. Mine's the same as Allie's. They've tracked, measured, and commented on so many things about us, so many times. It feels so violating. but it's not all bad. Did I ever tell you why I came on this show? No, why is that? Ah, I forgot. I wasn't allowed to tell you. That was one of the conditions. To be completely transparent, the reason was money, and nothing but that. It was hard enough to take care of myself without my parents, let alone 2 sisters and a whole farm. I remember now. It was Kat who reached out to me. She told me that if I came on the show, my sisters and the farm would be taken care of for life. I know this is all horrifying, but I'm just glad she had held up her end of the deal. Even if I die here and never see them again, that's too depressing to think. We're going to get you out of here and see your sisters again, together. Thanks. I'd like that. I'm curious, you. What kind of archetype did they list you as? The girl next door? Damn it. Sounds a lot better than gaming gremlin. You, Scarlet, Allie, and I laughed. At times like this, having a mood lifter like terror around was critical. I looked at Violet, who'd been silent the whole time. She was trembling. Violet, are you? Please, God, don't let this be true. Violet fell to her knees and sobbed with her hands against her face. I rushed to her side. Are you okay, Violet? Violet threw her folder against the floor, causing the papers inside to scatter through the room. Nothing is okay. Doesn't matter if I get off this island or not. I'm not like you. I have nothing to go back to. No one to stand by me. There's nothing for me either way. Violet, wait. She ran to the stairs. Her sobs echoed through the staircase through the lab. I moved to follow her, but you stopped me. I think she might need some time alone. I didn't mean to look, but after her paper scattered around the room, Maybe you should just read it. You handed me the papers that were in Violet's file. Violet Valentine is a special case. Otherwise unremarkable, but she's the daughter of Edgar and Vane Valentine, one of our primary investors. It is my understanding that they've recently had a son, and want for him to be the next heir, after Viola passed. Edgar and Vine sent their remaining daughter Violet to us, well knowing what the show would entail. They paid us an incredible sum to make sure that she does not return from the show. Even for me, this is too cruel. It was too hard to keep reading. I closed the folder and stared open-mouthed at you. There were no words. I knocked on Violet's door later that night, but it was no use. Please, just leave me alone. I'm here if you want to talk. Even if she opened the door, I would have no idea what I'm actually supposed to say. What could anyone say? I was wrong. It's not only up from here. There's a long way down. It's hardly a surprise, but I didn't sleep well last night. Who could, after what happened? And just like that, we're on to day 3. I gotta thank you. You're making my job easy. I actually get to spend my nights doing productive things now. I'm happy to hear help with that. However that works. You alright? You don't seem to have your usual energy. Careful. One slip up with Kat and this is all over. I'm good, thanks. I just didn't sleep too well. Happens to the best of us. Anyway, it goes without saying that you is definitely a contender for the final ceremony, Of course. A woman like you, anyone would be lucky to have her. Damn straight. Though she's a very different kind of woman than Scarlet. You've got a tough choice down the road. Though you've also got a tough choice to make right now. Who's the unlucky girl today? So, who should I be asking on a date tomorrow? Honestly, joking aside, I think you should ask Violet. Really? I don't think she's in any shape to put on a good show. I mean, we need all of us to be able to work together well to get out of here, right? I don't think Violet would be able to until she's feeling better. And what better way to do that than for a date to make you feel special? Tara does have a good point. I always make great points. Like seeing if I could arm wrestle one of the zombies Scarlet made. That went great. Oh, I remember that. Wait, I was the zombie. That was not good at all. Can I take my vote back? What do you think? I like the idea. We could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm sure there's something that we could do to help us escape that we could only do on a date with Violet. I've got it. Tomorrow you're going on a date with Violet. Here's what you gotta do. Violet, I've always wanted to spend more time with her, and there's no time like the present. We'll make that happen. Do have one small request, though. What's that? And will it give me ratings? I think it will. Then let's hear it. I've noticed Violet's being a little down lately, so I wanted to cheer her up. I heard she really likes cooking, especially in groups. Would you mind if we cooked with the staff at noon? I don't see why not. Let's hope it goes better than the last time. Oh, hi. Why did you bring me here? I'm in a bit of a predicament. You see, I may have made an irresponsible bet. I did not take you for a gambler. Well, I'm not. But the thing is, I heard the cooks bragging that they were the best chefs on the island. But hey, I've tried the food you've made before. I know nobody else could come close how good you are. So I may have challenged them to a competition. In your name. You're so ridiculous. There's the smile I like so much. It was nice to see it again. Are you being serious? Dead serious. In a few hours, hundreds of staff are going to come here. Some of them as challenging cooks, some as judges, the rest of them looking for lunch. All of them hungry. You think you're up for the challenge? I am ready to crush the opposition. They will rue the day they challenge me. There's the Violet I like to see. Anyway, what's the theme of this contest? I can't tell you just yet. It'll be announced when it's cooking time. I do like a challenge. Would you care to stay with me as I prepare for the festivities? Of course. Thank you. I know why we're doing this, and I appreciate it. I'm not ready to talk about it just yet, but I feel happier already knowing you are looking out for me. I'm always going to be here for you, Violet. And I for you as well. We spent the time before the contest just talking about pleasant things, completely unrelated to the show, completely unrelated to anything of consequence. Sometimes when bad things happen, what you need most is just some semblance of normalcy. By the time noon rolled around, hundreds of staff members were filling up the kitchen. I don't want to face you, Violet, but I will if I must. Oh, you're challenging me? Like a snail challenging the mighty eagle. You have my respect. Is it too late to change sides? You're going down, Violet. We're the Brothers Five, the best chefs on the island. What's that too? What I mean to say is, wow, you really are the best chef on the island. That's right. Damn it, bros, you can't let her intimidate you like this. If we do, she's already won. Say something, Four. We will meet on the culinary battlefield, Violet. You may have my brothers running for the hills, but not me and Five. Come at me. Let's brandish our forks against each other. Five, do you have anything to say? Wait, what's happening? I do hope you'll entertain me, brothers. Violet raised a pan towards them. Let us begin. It's time for the cook-off to end all cook-offs. Each cook will cook their own version of a mystery dish. I will soon reveal for the first time ever. The judges will be everyone who is not a contestant. You must be joking. There are hundreds of people here. How could we ever feed everybody? That's not my problem. And I definitely didn't come up with the rules for the tournament on the spot. Liar. Violet laughed once more. That was good enough to keep the charade going. The mystery dish will be spaghetti and meatballs. Like taking candy from a baby. Not this again. Oh god, I think I'm gonna faint. One collapsed on the ground. One down, 4 to go. Bro! I knew we should have been accountants. Why are we fooling ourselves? You each have 1 hour. No late submissions will be accepted. Let the games begin. The contestants that were still conscious rushed off to gather ingredients. How are they gonna make that much food? I'm sure they'll figure something out. I watched each of them cook furiously at breakneck speed. Violet was hard at work, sweat streaming down her face with the biggest smile I'd seen her have all day. I couldn't help but smile as well. At the same time, Four was trying to cook his spaghetti with only a microwave. I'm not sure this will be too much of a contest. 1 minute left. Violet filled hundreds of laid out bowls of spaghetti and meatballs in a matter of moments. If you blinked, you'd miss her finish a whole row. Each looked both delicious and artistic. I would have thought a cook would have spent much longer than an hour putting each of them together. Five settled on about 4.5 bowls. I guess everyone has their own pace. Time's up! It's time to judge! The crowd cheering as they stampeded to the laid-out bowls. They were practically salivating. After everybody wolfed down bowls from each of the contestants, they submitted their vote. The people have spoken. And with a resounding majority, our first ever winner of the best chef on the island in the middle of nowhere award is Violet. The crowd cheered, myself included. I did it. Me. I did it. Violet jumped up and down with joy. I felt like a kid in a candy store. Just one look at her. You won fair and square. You should be proud of yourself. Yeah, your food was the best I'd ever had. If you considered our living standards, that doesn't mean much. Hey, I just had an idea. What if we got Violet to cook for the staff at lunch instead of us? Seriously, it's been years since we've had real food. What's that supposed to mean? Honestly, I think that's a great idea. I know I hide it really well, but I have no idea what I'm doing in the kitchen. No way, bro! Violet and I took one look at each other and couldn't help but laugh. I would love to, you guys. The crowd's enthusiasm reached a level of uproarious praise. Violet! 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 Oh, goodness, you're all too kind. I put my arm around her and smiled. Guess you've got a new job now, Violet. I guess I do. Violet leaned in to kiss me on the lips. For a moment, time stood still, and the only thing you could hear was the crowd's cheering getting even louder. We laughed together. I had so much fun today. Thanks to you. Care to join me by the beach after we clean this place up? I wouldn't mess it for anything. The world would pale in comparison. Hey. She reached her hand out to mine, and I held hers tight in return. Hey, Violet. You gave them a really good show today, you know? I couldn't have done that without my ever-so-charming television host. We walked along the beach, our feet bare in the inviting water of the ocean. Really, I'm so grateful to you. Last night, finding out what my parents did, that was the lowest point I'd ever been to. I held her hand even tighter. Honestly, I didn't see a way out. Escaping the island or not, everything seemed like a dead end. But today, you helped me remember that even without them, I've still got me. And I like me quite a bit. You really are incredible, Violet. That was all you. With you. Violet mumbled something under her breath. Sorry, what was that? Sorry, let me try again. I know I'd be fine on my own, but I'd like me better if I was with you. When we get out of here, I do hope you join me for that cruise. She kissed me again. Felt like magic. Violet, She put her finger against my lips. Shh. I know it's not quite time for this conversation yet, but please do remember what I've said when this is all over. Do you mind if we walk for just a little longer? I don't want this to end. I'd walk with you for as long as you wanted to, Violet. We can walk until the sun comes up. We could talk about anything and everything. So how about we start planning our cruise together? That would be lovely. We walked together till the dead of night. It was nothing less than magical. Yeah, I'm still leaning towards Violet. Just after we came back, a huge storm hit outside. We just missed it. Hope you two enjoyed your date today. Sorry to interrupt, but it's time we get this show on the road. Allie took out the master key from her pocket, spun it around the ring with her finger, and then put in the locked door. And we're in. She turned the lock and then pulled the door open. Ooh, the door's a little heavier than I thought it would be. Must be soundproof or something. Whatever, let's go. Oh man, not another staircase. It would save so much money if they just put this on the main floor. But it wouldn't be very secret then, would it? Secret schmeek it. It's behind a locked door. I guess you have a point. Though there was another staircase, it wasn't nearly as long as the one to the lab. We'd been walking down the steps for only a few moments when we saw where they led. This has to be it. What's it? A while back, Kat told me that all the information on the island was stored in books, that they didn't use anything digital or with the internet. I think I remember that too. Well, it's bullshit. They're an evil corporation intent on world domination through fear and control. Of course they have the internet. I think we've just found a way to check into their closets. Skeletons and all. Sounds like a pretty big deal. That's an understatement. The information you hear could change the tide of the war. You could give the resistance a real fighting chance. I think. But there's more than that, too. What do you mean? My dad, mom, and brother got taken by these guys a long time ago. I don't even know if they're still alive. I was too young to really understand what was happening. If there's anything that could help me find them again, or at least find out what happened to them, it's in this computer. That's the real reason I came here. The whole reason I risked everything. What if it doesn't have what I'm looking for? What if... Allie. You ran to Allie's side and hugged her tightly. It's going to be okay. You believe in me, right? I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm okay now. Thanks to you. I didn't do anything. Are you ready? Let's do this. I looked at Violet as Allie prepared to turn the computer on. She looked as concerned as I did, but we couldn't let it show. The screen lit up with a single message. Password required. Well, I did think it was going a little too smoothly. I'm not giving up just yet, though. She tried a few different passwords on the keyboard, but none of them worked. Damn it. I know only Damien or Kat know this, and there's no way we could just ask them. It can't end like this. It just can't. I've got an idea. It's not going to involve wrestling zombies again, is it? Hey, I've had better ideas than that. What I mean to say is that I think I have a way to crack the code. I'm a programmer. I could make something that could trial the possibilities for the password. It would take some time, especially if it locks me out after too many attempts, but eventually I'd get the password. There's no guarantee we'd get the answer before the show was over. It's a lot better of a shot than I thought we had. Allie ran over to Sarah and hugged her tightly. Thank you. You awesome little you. This is nice. Feel free to compliment me more. In the meantime, the rest of us can try and figure out what the password would be as well. That reminds me, I need to tell you guys something important. What's that? I have an escape plan. She took out the master key and held it out for us to see. There's a hidden hangar I found by the beach, just a little further from where I first found the plane. Now that we have this key, and we know that it works, you can use it to disable the hangar security, come into your plane, and fly the hell out of here. We practically jumped for joy. I can't believe it, we're almost out of here. It's been a long time coming. Well, soon, but not just yet. With this storm raging, there's no way we're getting anywhere tonight, at least of all off the ground. But there's clear skies tomorrow night. That's where we'll be. What about the computer? Did you need to crack it before we go? Yeah, what about your family? Well, that'd be the ideal case. But honestly, I've gotten to know you guys and care about you guys, and I've decided that's more important to save the people I care about that are right in front of me than chase a pipe dream. Can't we just take the hard drives or something? Can't we just break open the computer and take the hard drives? Could get something off of them. Maybe this is only a terminal, it's not directly interfacing with stuff, but at the very least, like, there should be some, like, local memory of things they've accessed. Whatever. No, I won't accept it. If I were in your shoes and looking for my sisters, I just gave up looking for them, I'd regret it forever. And I know you would too. But I can't ask you guys to stay here any longer. We're in danger if we stay here. You speaks for us too. To have family that you really care about, and that cares about you too, you can't give up on that. We're not going anywhere till we crack that code, even if it takes till the last day. You guys. No, I can't allow it. I won't take that chance with your lives. I'm not backing down on this. Oh, let's make a save here just in case. I think this is like the first major decision of the game. Personally, for me, I care more about the people in front of me rather than somebody I don't know. I can't take this, but taking the risk tends to be the Way to get the good ending. And I know I'm not replaying this, but it could also be a trap. It's a video game. We need to take this chance. I've saved, so if things go wrong, and we can always reload. I think you need this. Guys, take a chill pill for a second. I'm a programming god, best of the best. I'm gonna have that code cracked by tomorrow, and that's a promise. So don't worry, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much, really. Why are you thinking of all of us? I'm the one who has to write the code and shit. We laughed together, something I thought that might have been impossible after the initial bad news. We're in this together, and we're getting out together. No one gets left behind. So where are things going to go terribly wrong? After we called it a night, I laid in bed, deep in thought. Who would have thought I could have ended today feeling inspired, after everything that happened last night? We've got this. Oh, one more thing, before we turn in for the night. What's up, Tara? I got caught up in the heat a moment earlier and... Oh, no. I got no idea. No. I do not like where this is going. I had to do this because I remember that all I know about hacking are videos of people typing really fast and saying I'm in and... I practically flew out of bed. Thank God it was just a nightmare. What does it take to get a good night's sleep on a killer dating show? Come on. What are you smiling about? It just feels like things are going my way lately. Yesterday's date with Violet still has me feeling giddy as a little kid. It's almost like there are perks to being on a killer dating show. Well, don't get too comfortable. You still have a few days left, then it's back to the regular. I'm looking forward to that. I bet. Better sooner than later. It cost me too much to keep around. Anyway, the million-dollar question. Who's today's lucky girl? That'd be... So tomorrow it's going to be either Tara or Allie. It's probably best if we go with Tara. But doesn't Tara need time to correct the code? Nah, I already finished making the code breaker. It's trying every password as we speak. No guarantee it'll finish before we've both done our dates, but it's worth a shot. Thank you, Tara. Don't worry about it. Besides, I think it's better if we save your date for last. Why is that? I don't know. You're some super spy from some super secret organization. You've definitely got bigger heist potential than I do. I don't know about that, but it sounds good to me. I'll use the time to prepare some contingency plans. Scarlet, Violet, you. I'm gonna need you guys for this. I'm happy to provide assistance. You bet. I'll help however I can. Sweet. All right. Right. What's up? I didn't just spray you to build a code breaker. I built a game that works with it too. What do you mean? She handed me her console. I just whipped it up real quick. It looks like a code breaking game, but really it works directly with the computer we found. If you get the password right in the game, we'll have access to the computer. Make sense? Amazing! I can't believe you whipped up something so fast. It wasn't hard. It's just a bit big. It was just a big middle finger to my mom, who thought all my screen time was a waste of time. Anyway, I figure if we can play this game here and there during our date, try whatever passwords come to mind. Obviously not for the whole date, because ratings and all, but as much as we can. Sounds like a plan. It's good to meet you, Tara. I'm a genius! She cackled maniacally. You are. I'd like to spend today with Tara. Is that so? Well, we'll make it happen. Try not to spend all of it playing games, though. Believe it or not, that isn't what viewers want in a primetime slot. No promises, but I'll try my best. It ain't much, but I'll take that. Sorry, Kat. That's pretty much the plan. Hey, you up to play some games? I'd love to, but Kat wants us to do some other... Games it is! Sweet. There's no stopping Tara when she puts her mind to something. We started playing together in the games room while making pleasant conversation. Normal enough to seem like regular conversation, cryptic enough to disguise what we were trying to do. Even if Tara and I never went on crazy adventures like I did with Allie, it didn't make moments with her any less special. If I forget that we're trying to hack some confidential database, This really is like a fun day at home with your partner. How about Terra is the best? It's worth a shot? Nope, doesn't work. The nerve of them. Terra rules? That's a miss. Wasn't the T capitalized? Maybe had a with 0123 at the end of it. Thank goodness we have the codebreaker running in the background. Time to switch gears. Let's give Cat some footage to work with to keep us alive. Good God! Why the sun? Go on without me. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best idea. Some way or another, we always end up backing inside the mansion, huh? And there's nothing wrong with that. I guess you're right. Up for a few more rounds of the game we just played? Sure. How about Damien Black Sucks? Nope, doesn't work. Cat Black Sucks? Not that either. How about Box? Oh, come on now, you're just guessing. Like I wasn't before. Well, I'll try it. Ding ding. The two of us looked at each other like deer in the headlights. What? We cheered as if our favorite team just winning a sporting event. Wait a minute, why would the password be your name? That doesn't make any sense. I guess as good as yours. Maybe we'll find out tonight. I hope so. Well, I think I've had enough of games for today. I never thought I'd hear you say that, Terra. I'm full of surprises. We can spread the good news after. How about we try something new today? Something outside? Sounds like a plan to me. Awesome, let's go. We ended up going back inside a minute later, but the rest of the day with Terra was still a lot of fun. And we're in! The password prompt closed with a satisfying ding ding. Whoa, there's a load of stuff in here. Why would there be a folder called homework? Whoa, that's definitely a porn folder name. Terra was about to open it until Allie intervened. Do you mind if I take a look? Forget why we're here for a second. Sure. Let's see. Allie started going through folders, databases, reports, anything that could be useful. At the same time, Terra started downloading all the files to her console. Doesn't look like there's anything about why my name was the password. All the rest of us could do was give Allie and Terra the space they needed. Seems like it's going to be forever. It's only going to be up from here, team. I was worried for Allie, especially if we couldn't get into the computer, but it looks like we got it after all. It's too soon to say anything, but I do hope you're right. Let's not jinx it. So what's the first thing you're going to do when we get out of here? I thought we weren't going to jinx it. I'm going to get straight back to helping people, the way I know best. Nothing has changed in that regard. That's a lovely aspiration. Do me a favor and make sure your inventions don't get used on yourself again, okay? I mean, it's not like I was trying to. I admire how you can be so sure. As excited as I am to leave this place, I'm not sure quite what I'll be doing after. That's totally okay, Violet. That's part of the fun of life, just figuring it out as you go. I suppose so. Violet looked at me and smiled. That's pretty much my plan at this point, too. Guess who's back? What Terra wants to say is, we did it. I've got everything I need to help turn the side of the war, and I know where my family is, and they're alive. I've never seen Allie so happy. She jumped towards me and hugged me. Oof, that's fantastic. Such relief. I'm happy for you. Good job, Terra. You cracked the code. Not all at once now. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. We didn't have to wait this long to leave, but you guys did it for me and my family. I can't ever thank you enough. She pulled out the master key from her back pocket and swirled it around in her right hand. You guys ready to get out of here? Actually, I was thinking of staying here for the rest of my life. Not having internet is the best thing ever. I couldn't agree more. Let's get out of here. After you, Allie. Alright, how's this gonna go? I followed Allie out of the mansion, through the forest, into the hangar. Whoa, I did not see this. Granted, I don't go outside. I don't blame you, it's pretty out of the way. Not that we have to worry about it now. Allie pulled out the master key, swirled it around her right hand. She walked to the door of the hangar and put the key into its lock. She tried to turn it, but it didn't work. She tried a few more times, but the lock refused to budge. I don't understand. I've seen Cat use this key everywhere, including here. He must have changed the locks. Does that mean we're stuck here? It was rare that Allie tripped over her words, It hurt to see her so defeated. I don't know. An uncomfortable silence fell over us. Am I going to die here? Are all of us? No, we're not out of this just yet. I refuse to give up again. We can't get into the hangar. There's no way to break in without triggering the alarms. For now, yes, but getting in later is a different story. If I remember correctly, when you went on a third date with him, you could fly in a plane together. Well, I'm assuming that plane was you. Well, I'm assuming that plane was you two. It's just like you to try something crazy and drag him in. I can't refute that. That was definitely us. How we never died on those plane rides, I'll never know. That means the staff don't mind if you take the plane during the date, which means we should be able to ask for the key temporarily. We'd still be able to get into the plane. It just has to be during tomorrow's date. There'd be way more staff around than usual, but we still have a chance. Exactly. The rest of us can be relatively close by, perhaps at the beach, to avoid suspicion. Then we have you get the plane, we run over, you pick us up, and we're out of there. This could work. It's better than the plan how my plan turned out anyway. I was worried for a second there, but it was for nothing. We've got this. We'd be in a tight spot without you. It is a team effort. Without each of us, we'd be stuck here, with no chance of escape, I'm sure. Speak for yourself. I'm sure I could get out of here on my own. You would shut down the second you reach the beach, Tara. On second thought, maybe teamwork makes the dream work. We laughed together. The mood was infinitely better than it was just a few moments ago. We spent the rest of the night talking through the details of the plan, including what we do if the unexpected happened. One thing was for sure, though. We weren't giving up on getting out of here. It all ends tomorrow. Are they just doing this for ratings? Do they know it's going on? Is this supposed to be like the last season of the show, so they're going to be like... What do you know? You actually made it to the last one-on-one date. How are you feeling? Honestly, pretty good. I'm excited to see how a day with Allie will be. Oh, you've got a real surprise in store. She has all of us in the crew working extra hard to prepare a special date for you. And by all of us in the crew, I mean the Brothers 5. How about you go find her? Spend some time together while we set things up for you. Sounds like a plan, Kat. Let's see. Oh, looks like she's by the beach. Guess that's where I'm headed. Don't do anything we can't air. Murder is okay, but God forbid someone takes their top off. I waved to Kat as I went on my way. Yeah. Wonder if they're just trying, like, if they're just messing with us, like if this is supposed to be the last one. So they're trying to, get the most out of us by, having us try to escape to make for good TV. Just as Kat said, Allie was by the beach. She was looking out at the ocean. Morning, Allie. Hey, it's always nice to see you. The difference between Allie's voice during the day and at night is like day and night. I guess we do have to worry about the cameras, but it takes some getting used to. See, that's the kind of thing is like, if I was doing actual voice acting, I would know that, and I would be trying to make a difference between the two voices during the day and night. Granted, I'm a guy, this is a girl, there's a limited range of what I can actually do, but I know it's going to be tough to top your previous dates with all the other girls, but I think I have a good shot. I'm looking forward to it, Allie. You better be. We've been saving the best for last. She reached out for my hand. Walk with me? I reached for her outstretched hand. It'd be my pleasure. The two of us walked around the beach for a while, getting to know each other. So, what will you be doing when this show's over? First thing I'm going to do is say hey to my family again and make them a nice dinner. I'm sure they've gone sick with worry in the week since I've been gone. I wonder what they're thinking now. It's been 2 years since then. Kat was right. Sometimes not remembering is a blessing. Allie doesn't have that luxury. Anyway, I got a surprise for you. Come on. She pulled me along by the hand into the forest. I have to say, Allie's really impressed me. Of course, it was her deliberate plan to come into the forest and get to the hangar, but she made it seem so spontaneous. You're going to love it. I saw at the same moment she did. All we could do was stand and watch. No. She staggered and almost fell. And who could blame her? The hangar was engulfed in roaring flames. The heat was incredible. There's no way either of us could take another step towards the hangar without it being burned alive. The stench of burning oil assaulted me without mercy. We were at a loss for words. They knew. They knew. And in front of all those flames was her, walking away from the flames. Somehow, I just knew it was her. Sorry, there's been a small change of plans. I'm sure you can tell, but we've hit a few snags with the hangar. How about the two of you spend your day on the ground instead? I want to scream. I want to attack her with every bone in my body. But I can't. I can't, or I'll be killed. And not just by me, but everyone else. To hold myself back from giving away what this plane meant to me took all the strength I had. I need to calm down. Cat might be able to read my face and see that. Sounds fine to me, Cat. I'm just glad you're safe. What happened? We're still looking into it. Well, either way, there's nothing we can do about that. How about we go somewhere else? She reached for my hand and held it tight. How could she smile like this at me? Of course, Allie. For the rest of the day, Allie and I put on a performance of a lifetime. What happens if I, as soon as I took one step toward her, I can pull a, I see. Gotcha. Doesn't really change anything. That is one thing about this game, is it's a fun book, but it's just a book, you know? For the rest of the day, Allie and I put on the performance of a lifetime. Though our faces were all smiles and laughter, we knew, now more than ever, that we were trapped in Cat's macabre puppet show. And Cat loved to make us dance. She must have known we were trying to escape. But how? Did we make a mistake? Did Four give us away? Should we ever trust him in the first place? Who can I trust now? Time is ticking and the end of the show looms closer and closer. It's time to, I'm supposed to meet with the crew, but what would we even do? There's no way we can escape. Our last chance died with the hangar. Should we just make a break for it? No, I'd never make it. And the others would suffer for my mistake. What do I do? You don't look so good. What do you want, Cat? I'm not in a great mood right now. Can we talk later? You're not much for acting, are you? Look, I already know about you and your plan to escape. You know, take the plane, fly it away from here. It wasn't hard to figure out. I tried to say something in my defense, but my voice wouldn't come out. It was all I could do to stand wide-eyed. I knew you and the others found the lab, got your memories back. Well, at least the others did. And I know that every night you all work together to try to find a way out. I mean, of course I know. I'm the reason why you got this far. What do you mean? Just follow me. You'll save us all. You'll save all of us time. We walked to the locker room near the games room. She held out the master key and span it around. You never really thought a bunny could take a key from me, right? Honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore. She opened the door. The others were inside, looking as surprised as I was. Give me one good reason I should kill you right now, Cat. How about two? First, your inside man was never Four. It was me. I mean, come on. He wouldn't be smart enough for something like this. Second, you only ever had a chance of escaping on this island because of me. Newsflash, Allie. Those tanks never did just bug out. You're the one who let me out of my tank. The one and only. Allie was at a loss for words, and I was no different. What do you want, Cat? Honestly, the same thing as you guys. I want off this crazy train. I want out. I want you guys to include me in your little escape plan. What? What? Do I have something on my face? As hard as it is to believe, the list of people who wanted to stay on this island is pretty short. Hell no. We can't trust you. I'm not sure, but I remember. I tried to escape with you before. I trusted you. I even fell for you. Even 5 girls is enough. Unbelievable. And you betrayed me and shot me. There's no way we could ever trust you. You're just going to stab us in the back. Is that true, Cat? I'm ashamed to say it is. But I didn't have a choice. You know how it is with Damien. It doesn't matter if you share the same blood. He'll take the people you love hostage and use them to force you to dance to his tune. I'm sorry I betrayed you. I really am. But if I had to do it again, I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Because there was someone I needed to save. I know I must look like a villain to you. Believe me. I have people I care about too. If you're so compassionate, how come you burned up our only way to get out of here? You're lucky I did. If you'd actually flown as planned, you'd all be at the bottom of the ocean right now. What do you mean? It's a cruel trick of Damien's. He knew there was a chance people on the show would recover their memories and try to escape. So he made us build the hangar and the plane. It's the only place anyone trying to escape would go. Exactly. I told you in the past, Ellie, never fly that plane, or take that boat out of sight of this island. If you did, it'd have blown up like fireworks. That Ellie and I were in that plane, which was little more than a flying death trap, sent a chill down my spine. Look, the simple reality is you need me to escape. Without me, you won't even make it past the barrier. What barrier? Exactly. And though I hate it, I need you guys to help me and my, us escape. She reached for her hands towards me for a handshake. Allies? Let's discuss first. Kat leaned against the wall while the rest of us debated what to do. Can we really trust her? This might just be another trap. It's not like the first time. It's not like it'd be the first by her you fell into. You're right. That said, it's not like we have much to lose at this point. Even if she's done terrible things to us in the past. We still need her to escape. You alright, Allie? I'm fine. I'm just angry at myself. Hey, don't beat yourself up about it. We're still alive. That's what counts. I mean, if you didn't need to have the whole, like, explosion thing. Just the fact that, like, fuel is a thing. They wouldn't have put enough fuel in it to probably get across an ocean. I don't know. Maybe Allie already had that covered, she thought, or they really did just fill it up all the time. But they don't just leave planes sitting with full tanks of fuel, I imagine. I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now either, but we're alive. That counts for something. You're right. As much as I hate to say it, I think we needed Kat's help, trustworthy or not, if we wanted to stay that way. We have to trust her. Sure. I'll be keeping an eye on her, though. We can't afford to blindly trust anyone who says they can help us. Alright, Kat, if you want her help, you're gonna need to answer a few questions. Ask away. What the hell is this sick show for? And why have you been forcing us to repeat it over and over? As someone from the Resistance, it should be obvious to you. This is just one of hundreds of killing shows we air. Shows that keep people scared. That keep people from organizing against the government. You want to paralyze people with fear? You broadcast exactly what will happen to you if you rise up. You're monsters, you know that? I don't disagree with you, but we're not in charge here. Some of us still have family to lose, Allie. Continue. Before we air each show, we test them internally on test audiences to see what kind of ratings they bring for the fortunate and what kind of despair they bring for the less fortunate. If they tested well enough, we'd air it, but it wasn't efficient. We couldn't just film a killing show over and over again to see which version of it rated best. You can't bring people back from the dead. It was the same for the test audiences. You couldn't just make them watch multiple versions of the show, as they'd remember previous versions that would influence their opinions. There's no way to test multiple versions of a show without losing the feeling that lives really were in danger. But the memory rewriter would have changed that. It did. We were able to reuse everybody, our volunteer actors, the test audiences. Since we could just make people forget what happened, we could film run after the show, where each was as if it was the first time to all of you. And that's exactly what we've been doing here for the last 2 years. There's a lot to hear. I had a feeling, but generally people looked at us like we were nothing but lab rats. I was genuinely afraid for my life. Sickening. We were silent for a while. If you began pen testing this show this long, what's the real thing? There is no real thing. It's only which version tests the best. That said, there's only so much time Damien's willing to spend on this show, and that time is almost up. This is the last run of the show. If you don't escape before the end, you're all as good as dead. I know Damien and I said that we'd let you and your chosen partner go if you achieve good ratings, but it's a lie, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sorry I've waited this long to try to help you guys. I've been too scared to risk it all. I've got nothing left to lose now. She extended her hand to me for a handshake. Allies? At least until we're out of here? I don't really have a choice this time either, huh? If you wanted to, you could report us right now. That's true. And my word wouldn't count for more than all of yours. But that wouldn't say the person I need to. Like it or not, we have to work together. And it's a deal. Ellie shook Kat's hand. Kat, are you sure you don't want to? I'm fine, Scarlet. It's not important anymore. And we don't have any time to waste. If you say so. Anyway, the only time we can escape is the last day of the show, between midnight and just before the sun goes up. That's when the vote comes to welcome the newly engaged couple, and that's the only way off this island alive. It also doubles as a supply ship. We use it to replenish between each run of the show. There are no other planes on this island? It would be far slower. Unfortunately, it's not so easy. There's a protective shell around the island which performs two functions. First, it renders us invisible to satellite. That's the reason why your people couldn't find a satellite. Second, if anything bigger than a human tries to get in or outside of the barrier, it will get fried, unless it's emitting a compatible IFF signal. The only way off the island that will have that signal is the boat. And I'm betting it's heavily guarded. Well, yes, but not from people on it. The ship itself will be run by a skeleton crew. It's the staff on the island who we'll have to watch out for. That still leaves the question of how we'll deal with them. Last time I checked, there's hundreds of them, then 10 of us. Actually, it might not be so hard after all. I've got a plan that just might work. I have to admit, it's a little crazy. I like the sound of that. It involves zombies again. If it involves zombies again, I'm out. You explained her plan to us. With a renewed confidence, I can inspire anyone to believe. Luckily, we still have tomorrow, so we have just the amount of time we need. This might just work. You're a mad genius. Let's just say I've been holding back my creativity till now. It's crazier than anything I'd imagine. Crazy enough to work. Let's get to work. Wait, were you even listening to the same plan? The others went their separate ways to help prepare for use of the plan. Kat stayed. Our business wasn't finished just yet. What's up? I want to trust you, Kat. I really do. But you're up to something, aren't you? Just like every other time I trusted you. I can't blame you for feeling that way. And I can't take back what I've done before. The only thing I can say is to try and to make you trust me is that we both have people we care about. And that if you don't escape, then the person I care about will go down with you. I'm not asking for you to put your neck out for me. You'll never have to. I'm asking for you to help somebody that you've never met, and you never will. Somebody innocent. It's strange. This woman has put me through hell, treated me like a lab rat, and more, and yet, somehow, I think she's telling the truth. Honestly, it doesn't matter much if you do trust me. You'll see tomorrow that I'm going along with you's plan either way. I'll trust you, Kat. Sorry for yelling at you earlier. Don't be. I literally shot you. I think that earns you the right to be angry at me and more, no? I've gotten to know you over these past couple of years. Not for more than a couple of weeks straight, but I got to know you. And I think you're rude and manipulative and have no problem lying to my face. Hey, can we skip the part where you compliment me? You're also incredibly crass, you keep secrets from everybody, and you finished. But I don't think you're a bad person. Every time the show ran, you always talked to me to make me feel like I wasn't alone. And you made sure I never lost hope. I know that was never part of the job. You didn't have to do that. Yet you did it. Over and over. It must have been so tiring to do that over and over. Full and well knowing that we were doomed. I don't know why you're doing all this. But I believe you do care about helping people. I'm flattered. But you've got me wrong. What do you mean? Everything I've done for others is for my own selfish reasons. It just happened to line up nicely. Though I appreciate the compliment. Unlike before, I couldn't tell if she was telling the truth. I feel like Persona 5 music should be playing here. What's the song I'm looking for? Hold on, I can probably find it real quick. Because I have, like, every Persona soundtrack, except for Persona 5 Royal. No, is it? It's not interrogation room. What am I looking for? Tension? Is it talk? Nope. Nope. Here it is. I think it's this. Yeah, it's this one. I feel like this song should be playing in the background. I'll trust you, Kat. Sorry for yelling at you earlier. Don't be. I literally shot you. I don't think that earns you the right to be angry at me and more, no? Well, I've gotten to know you over these past years. Not for more than a couple weeks straight, but I got to know you. And I think you're rude and manipulative and have no problem lying to my face. Hey, can we skip to the part where you compliment me? You're also incredibly crass, you keep secrets from everybody, and you finished. But I don't think you're a bad person. Every time the show ran, you always talked to me to make me feel like I wasn't alone. And you made sure I never lost hope. I know that was never part of the job. You didn't have to do all that. Yet you did it. Over and over. It must have been so tiring to do that. Over and over. Full well knowing we were both doomed. I don't know why you're doing all this, but I believe that you do care about helping people. I'm flattered, but you've got me wrong. What do you mean? Everything I've ever done for you, the others, has been for my own selfish reasons. It just happens to line up nicely. Though I appreciate the compliment. Unlike before, I couldn't tell if she was telling the truth. We went our separate ways shortly after. I spent the rest of the night helping the others while preparing for the plan. I was exhausted when I came back to my room, but I still couldn't fall asleep for several hours. So something's on the tip of my tongue. I just barely can't grasp it. They probably wiped our memories. We were probably lovers outside of before we came here. Yet somehow, I know I'm closer than I've ever been. Kat was true to her word. Instead of having another date on the 6th day of the show, she planned a huge party for the staff instead. Thank you for all your hard work party. As soon as she told her staff that Violet would be cooking for the event, all of them dropped everything and helped prepare for it. While the staff prepared the party grounds during the day, each of us were hard at work, making sure other parts of it went well. Violet cooked mountains of food as if her life depended on it. In truth, it did. Yu was playing games with the staff outside. It didn't take long for her to become a fast favorite for them. I'm pretty sure half the staff were playing the games just so they could get her to notice them. And she knew it. I have to admit, I'm impressed by you. Our plan is really coming together. Terra and Scarlet joined forces to make sure all the staff joins the festivities. Terra used Kat's producer room to find any stragglers who hadn't joined the festivities. As Sarah found them one by one, Scarlet turned on the charm and made sure they came with her to the party. Then, when it was time for Scarlet to switch to her other mission, Allie took over. I'm told she employed more force than charm. Meanwhile, I ran around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to make sure every part of our plan was going smoothly. And for once, it did. A few hours later, we had every staff member on the island partying their lights out. Everybody's here? You bet. Should have seen the ones that tried to run. Made sure everyone who came stayed too. Perfect. Everybody's eaten? As they should have. It's fine food. Looks like it's all going according to plan. I'm just going to go ahead and get to the fun part. Scarlet pulled out a remote from her pocket and pressed a button on it. A few seconds later, fireworks were shooting into the night sky above the party grounds. The cheers of the staff were like thunder. And with that, the plan is going as smoothly as can be. Great job, team. We owe you one, you. Right back at you, Allie. We cheered as fireworks after firework lit up the night sky. Whoa, are fireworks supposed to be this bright? Come to think of it, these fireworks are practically blinding. I have to say, I did a pretty good job with these fireworks. Though there might be some side effects to watching them from so close. Let's worry about that later. The fireworks were just the signal to those trying to escape. That there was nothing left to do except wait. It's going to be a long night. I know what we said before. It'd be such a shame to spend tonight just worrying over what may happen tomorrow. We might live, we might die. Same as any other day. How about instead, we just dance the night away? You know what? That sounds great. That sounds lovely. Let's do it. Come on, let's dance like there's no tomorrow. Yuck. Don't be like that, Tara. It'd be good for us to blow off some steam. Dancing sounds like exercise, and exercise. Allie picked up Tara over her shoulder. And away we go. Come on, come on. Scarlet grabbed my hand and pulled me with her to where people were dancing. The others followed closely behind. They sure are carefree, huh? Some things never change. Maybe we'll get out of here tomorrow. Maybe we won't. I hope we do, though. I like to think that one day we'll look back and remember this day. It was the most fun night I've ever had, out of the nights I can remember. We lived like there was no tomorrow. And now, we'll find out if there is a tomorrow for us. We waited in the darkness for hours, waiting for the boat to come. The plan was simple, yet had no room for error. First, we need to make sure the boat really is coming. Later than usual. Think they're onto us? No, it'll just be a little longer. It's cold. There's no point worrying at this point. If they're onto us now, we're already dead. All we can do is wait. We waited for an hour more, then another, then another. We were losing hope. I guess It's here! Cat pointed towards the ocean. We all looked in unison. Just as she said, the boat was coming. It looked huge. Despite how far it was, it must have been massive from up close. Alright, it's only going to be a few minutes before it reaches the shore. Let's book into the back end of the mansion. Second, we need to get back to the mansion before the boat reaches the shore. From what Kat told us, the staff will physically inspect the mansion to make sure we're there. We can't rely on overriding the feeds. If we're not there, they'll sound the alarm, and our chances of escaping will go from slim to nil. According to Kat, it's how I got caught last time. We made it back to the mansion and rushed to our respective rooms. I turned off the light, then jumped onto the bed and pretended to be asleep. A few moments later, I heard the sound of somebody opening a door. Must be them. There was a mechanical rhythm to it. Footsteps, a door would open. More footsteps, a short pause. Footsteps again. A door would close. Repeat. Over and over. Closer and closer. Until it got to my room. I tried my best to make my breathing sound natural. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Footsteps. A second later, my door opens. I can tell there's probably about 5 people. Breathe in. Walking closer to me. Breathe out. I can tell 2 of them are in front of me. They're muttering somewhere under their breath. To pay her. Come on. She could do better. Rude. Breathe in. Hey, something's wrong. I'm like, my heart stopped. Breathe out. They're moving closer to me step by step. What's that? Breathe in. I think it takes everything I have not to move, where every nerve in my body screams to run. This is it. They're on to me. I can't help but balm up the fist of my hand. Never mind. We're done for the night. Let's head out. Sounds good to me. I heard them walk further away from me, then outside the room. Finally, they closed the door. I breathed out like never before. On to the next part of the plan. We regrouped downstairs. That wasn't so difficult, was it? Like taking candy from a baby. Wait, where's Tara? I'll go check on her. At the fun cue, Tara came running down the stairs. I'm good. Don't worry about it. I definitely didn't fall asleep just now. I didn't buy it, and the rest of us didn't either. Alright, back to the problem at hand. We may have avoided detection for now, but now there's going to be upwards of 100 guards on patrol between here and the boat. There's little to no chance we can all make it there without being seen. There's a chance we'll have to take. Actually, we had just the thing for that. Courtesy of Scarlet and I. What's that? Well, we went through the trouble preparing such a big party for all the staff. It would be a shame if we didn't give them a little extra to chew on, no? You didn't! Oh, she did. It was like an absurd scene from an art house movie gone mad. Brains! Bananas! Brains and bananas! Hundreds of zombies littered the field. I thought we were gonna just knock them out. We made them all into zombies again? Dang. You know, I can't believe we ever let you make shit, Scarlet. You better be glad that you did. Now that I think about it, couldn't we have just put a sleeping agent or something like that in? Where's the fun in that? Well, we still have to get past them to get to the boat, right? Don't worry about it. I've got my fair share of experience in taking down zombies. Something about that rubs me the wrong way. Don't worry about it. Let's be on our way. We managed to sneak out of the mansion without much of a fuss. As soon as we got into the forest, it was smooth sailing. There were just a few zombies in there. To be honest, how much Scarlet enjoyed herself taking them down was more concerning. I'll worry about that when we get off this island. For now, I'll focus on getting out of here. A few moments later, we made it to the beach. The boat was clear in sight. Wow, it's huge. Let's not waste any time. We rushed onto the ship and ran straight for the captain's deck. You guys wait here. It's practically guaranteed that the engine's been tampered with, and I need to fix it. If I know my father, I'll do it just the way it was last time. You know what? Come with me just in case. Maybe that's where the crew members are. Lead the way. It was pitch black inside. Cat had to shine a light to see anything. Strange. Where are they? Oh, let's not look a gift horse in the mouth. Found it. Chalk it up to my dad outsourcing everything to the grunts. This is child's play to me now. Cat got to work fixing the engine. Watch my back. We still don't know if we're in the clear. And this is gonna take a minute. Got it. I turned around and kept a lookout. It was impossible to see almost anything, though. Since when were you a mechanic? Honestly, since my first failed escape, I had to teach myself. There isn't exactly a trade school on this island. If I hadn't, I'd never be able to help anybody escape this island. Sorry I didn't trust you before, Cat. I get it now. Why you did what you had to do. Keep talking like that and he'll raise a death flag for both of us. Jeez. We can talk more later, if you'd like. In the meantime, this boat is fixed. Nice. Let's tell the others and get the hell out of here. We ran back to the others and told them the good news. At the same time, Cat revved up the engine of the boat. We were good to go. We literally jumped for joy as the boat started to move. Gosh, I can't believe it. We're really doing this. Finally getting out of here. It's hard to believe, but it's true. We did it. No, you don't have to thank me all at once. We really did it. Thank you, Cat. You really saved us. You did. We wouldn't be able to get to this point if it weren't for you. There's no need to thank me. I actually should apologize that I didn't do any of this sooner. The intercom rang out. Cat turned white as a sheet when she heard a voice that was all too familiar. No. Damn it. Damien. Ding, ding, ding! I guess you learned at least something in school, Cat. Not enough, clearly, but hey, it's something. That's gotta win a participation ribbon somewhere. You knew what I was planning. Of course I did, dearie. I made you. I know exactly how you think. And I have to thank you. Your mother would be proud of the show you've been giving us the last 2 years. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to tell you? While you were busy filming him and the other bitches, my team was filming your brave attempts to save these idiots. Gives the audience a little more reason for why they should stay in line, you know? After all, if I do this to my own daughter, imagine what I'd do to someone who wasn't. You're a monster. Flattery will get you nowhere, Kit Kat. Well, it doesn't matter now. Do whatever the hell you want. We're getting out of here. We fixed the boat, so there's nothing you can do to stop us now. We're getting out of here. Saying garbage like that is just playing with fire, love. The earth started to shake. Even though we were on a boat, I could tell the island was rumbling. In the distance, a metal barrier slowly rose out of the ocean, all around the island. I climbed higher and higher until it cast a shadow over the boat. Higher and higher till the only daylight we could see was just from a circle above us. We were trapped. How about we play a game, you little rats? Damien spoke down to us from some kind of holographic screen on the walls. He gestured some kind of machine behind him in what looked like a strange kind of stadium. I've got myself a little switch here that controls the barrier. One push of this and you'd be free to go. It should be easy to waltz in and flip it. You've gotten rid of all of our security. But this switch is only going to work if you have two people's handprints with producer level clearance. Sure, you've got Kat, but you'll never be able to get mine. He pulled out the same gun I'd been shot with before. Though, don't let that stop you from trying. The hologram disappeared with a click, leaving us in an uneasy silence. Our hands are tied. We have no choice but to go back. Hello? He's got a gun! He'd take us all down before we even had a chance to grab him. We've got no choice, though. If we wait here, it's only a matter of time before they can send people after us. I guess we have to head back to the beach. Let's turn this around. We've got an ass to kick. No, that's exactly what Damien wants you to do. The turning around part or the ass kicking? I'll leave that to your imagination. Damien has a script that he wants us to play out. People try to revolt, fail, and get killed. I guarantee you, if we do just that, he has a plan for it. He'll find some kind of way to turn us against each other, and then none of us will be making it out of here alive. Even so, we can't just stay here and wait until we're out of time. He and I will go to flip the switch. Besides, we're the only two people here who can do anything about it. What do you mean by that? I thought only you and Damien. I'll explain on the way. There's no time. Are you ready to run? I won't allow it. There's no way we're letting you go back there without us. You said it, sister. I'm not letting you all lose your one chance of getting out of here. Scarlet, please. You know exactly what Damien's capable of. I don't like this cat. I know. Let them go. Believe me, I hate this. But I hate this to my core. The cat's right. Cat didn't waste a moment. She reached for my hand. Before I knew what I was doing, we ran off the boat together and back to the mansion as fast as we could. I was running at pure instinct, like my body had done this before, countless times. I looked back at the boat just once, but I couldn't help but linger for a moment. I could tell from their faces that they wanted to be running with me, not waiting for us to come back. I'm going to make Damien pay for making him suffer like this. We went back to running. I followed Kat's lead. It's earlier than I planned, but there's no time like the present for exposition about your past. It'd be good to know why I'm running with you. Would I happen to be resistant to bullets? I know if you are together. Though, if you look at your history, I'd say no. I survived the time you shot me. I'm pretty resistant. Touché. Before you came out of the show, you were a producer, just like me. We used to work together. We were partners. In more ways than one, though. That was forever ago. Living and working on this island was the only life I'd ever known. Sounds awful, but I didn't have a problem with running these shows. There's nothing different to compare it to. Then I met you. I've got no idea what would bring someone like you to this island, but meaning you changed me. She smiled like I'd never seen before. You made me see that there was a whole world out there that was beautiful. You made me hope that I could be part of that world one day. And you helped me realize that we needed to shut this place down if we wanted there to be a world out there at all. For years, we worked together to free as many people as we could from these death trap shows. We'd ship them away to safety, fake their deaths, everything. And we did just that. For a time. Then Damien started to suspect something was up. Each day, he got closer and closer to figuring it out. Until I knew we couldn't stay any longer. It was too late by then. Damien caught us. You mean, you betrayed me? I can't remember much, but I remember you and we were together. And you sold me out. Right out when we were trying to escape? Why? It's like I said before. I didn't have a choice. I still don't. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore, and I don't expect you to. But we need each other's help to get off this island now. Since both of us are technically still producers, we can activate the switch if we work together. We don't even have to take Damien down. I doubt he'd let us use it that easily. Can you trust me enough for that? Honestly, I don't know. Part of me wants to trust Kat, the same part that unconsciously remembers that I did for years and years. But how could I forget that betrayal? Even if she had her reasons. Sure. I'll keep an eye on her. When we get back to the mansion, Kat made a beeline for the lab. I ran with her as fast as I could. Our footsteps on the winding metal staircase echoed like a thundering drum. You're about to see the real reason why this show's on. You're about to see the real reason why the show is on this island. Kat took out the master key and slid into the hidden socket in a wall behind one of the tanks. Don't say I didn't warn you. The same wall split into two doors, slowly revealing another staircase. You think you guys could get an elevator instead? I said the same thing! As soon as I took one step down the staircase, I could tell something was different. Something was telling me I shouldn't go down there. Come on, we don't have time to waste. Got nothing to lose. With each step down, it grew darker and darker. Eventually, I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. And light. Blinding light. And pause? Welcome! Welcome! You finally made it! Damien's face was plastered over countless screens in a stadium that could fill tens of thousands of people. Countless cameras littered the seats, all focused on the center stage, a battleground sprawling with maze-like walls of all shapes and sizes, and littered with guns. Thanks to the walls, we couldn't see Damien directly, but we knew he was here from the screens. We wouldn't have a show without you. We wouldn't have a show without you idiots, so I'm glad you actually came back. Oh man, you didn't even bring the others? You're no fun. You really gotta just make me work, huh? Anyway, congrats on making it this far, etc., etc. I gotta say, I'm proud of you for making your daughter of mine. I'm impressed you remembered your old haunt from just a few seconds of video. Thanks to you dirtbag. Is that anyone has that way to thank someone who gives you a room and board? You gave him a way nicer room than I ever got. Blame your mom for that one, kid. Anyway, how about you be a dear and explain the game we've got going on here? The switch we're looking for is somewhere here. The problem is, so is Damien, and he's got a gun, and more ammunition than he needs to kill both of us. What about the weapons on the ground? Maybe it's something we can use to level the playing field? That's all we can do. The odds aren't in our favor. Most of the weapons laying around are useless. They are meant to make people lose hope so that they could fight back. Most is better than all of them, at least. Well, yes and no. There's no hope to lose if they knew all of them were fake. That's Damien's MO. He'll give people trapped on the shows just enough hope for escape, and he'll use that to trap you. Real guns among the fakes, boats and planes when you're trapped on an island. If we're going to make it through this, you can't fall for his game. Understand? Loud and clear. Now let's go. There's no time to waste. We ran from wall to wall, taking cover between each time. Whenever we'd had the chance, we picked up with like a gun to see if it was real. We only had seconds to check each one. Damien was hot on our trail. A gunshot running out, blowing a hole through the wall Kat and I were hiding behind. What's the matter? You're like two rats in a lab. He fired again. Shrapnel from the wall scraped my arm. Fuck. It was like my arm had been lit on fire. Yeah, you okay? I'll live. Don't worry. We need to find a weapon. And we need to find that switch. We ran together behind another wall, narrowly dodging another shot from Damien. It dawned on me that he wasn't even trying to hit us. He was trying to make us scared. And it was working. Why? He's reloading. Come on. We dashed out from behind a wall and ran past Damien, desperately looking for the switch and any weapons we could find. I managed to pick up 2 pistols. Kat did the same. Damn, looks like they're fakes too. How's yours looking? I take a look at the first one. On further inspection, it was clear it was no more than a plastic toy. But the second one, Kat realized the same second I did. It was real, with a single bullet loaded. All right, that's good. Let's... Another shot ran out, blowing a hole in the wall just next to where my head was a second ago. Fuck. How come he gets that fucking hand cannon? The punch's gotta go somewhere, I guess. Anyway, we've got the gun. That's probably the only real one in the stadium. We need to find the switch now. Even with a gun, we're no match for him. Sounds good to me. We went further through the stadium, opposite the entrance, until we were square in the middle of the stadium. And there it was. The switch! You'd think they'd hide it better. Damien's laughter echoed around the arena as he reappeared on the screens above the arena. Congrats! You found the switch. It's a damn shame I forgot to mention something about this switch here. It won't do jack shit even if you both have access, as long as I've got a heartbeat, and I plan on sticking around. But I'm not heartless. In fact, I think I'm a pretty decent guy for what I'm about to do. Cat looked like she had just seen a ghost. Cat, Box, I've got an offer you can't refuse, but only one of you can claim it. If either of you kills the other one, I'll let the one left standing go. Well, we'll forget this ever happened and call it a wrap on Find Love or Die Trying. I'll even let the survivor leave the island. I can guarantee I'm telling the truth, because this is airing live to the world right now. People bow down and get in line because I tell them the truth, because they know I keep my word. They wouldn't believe me for a second if I ever went back on it, you know? Not a bad deal, huh? Especially considering that if no one takes that offer, I'll just kill both of you. I'm giving you 5 minutes to decide, and I'm coming for you. The screen shut off. Kat and I looked at each other, a mix of horror and fear on her face, and there was no doubt mine mirrored hers. Fox, I can't imagine what's racing through your head now. You probably think I'm going to betray you again, right? I was at a loss for words. You don't have to say anything. Look, I can't blame you for doubting me. And honestly, if you shot me right now, I'd be okay with it. Because then, you'd be free to go. I know Damien will keep his word. But if there's even the slightest chance that you want me to be able to escape from here too, I need to ask you something that I know sounds insane. What's that? I need you to give me the gun. The only real one we've got. Look, I'm not stupid enough to know how that sounds. The simple reality is, I've known you for so long now. And one thing I know about you is that you're a terrible shot. Me? I'm as good as you can get on this island. I think I'm our best bet to taking him down. I understand completely if you're not willing to trust me. If you think I'm lying, I get it. And if you don't trust me, she closed her eyes and pressed her finger against her forehead. Then please, just make it quick. The gun in my hands never felt so heavy. On one hand, I guarantee I could make it out of here alive. On the other, trusting Kat. Can I trust Kat after all she's done to me? Can I really believe her words when the memories that can prove or deny them are lost to me? I've got no time. I have to choose. Obviously. I trust you, Kat. I held out the gun to her. Oh, actually, here's a good chance, right? I'm sorry, Kat. Don't be. I deserve this. I raised the gun, pointed at her, took a deep breath. Bye, I love you. But goodbye, Kat. Goodbye, Island. I've earned my freedom at what cost? For some reason, I'm crying. My head hurts so much. I fall to the ground. I'm so sorry, Kat. I'm so sorry. That was the... Wow, okay. Talk about a bad ending, huh? Alright. I trust you, Kat. I held out the gun to her. You do? After everything I've done? After everything you've done, yes. I still trust you. I don't know why give us the option. I feel like that's one of the only major options we've gotten throughout this entire game. And it doesn't even end in a particularly interesting way. You don't see Damien mock you for choosing to kill her. You don't see the girl's reactions. It just ends after being like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And like letting you reload a save. I know you've been forced to do some awful things to people that didn't deserve it. But I know there's good in you. And I believe in that good. Take it. Thank you. She took the gun from my hands. I won't let you down. Well, if you do, it's not like I'll be around for long enough to regret it. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's do this. We decided to seek Damien out and try to get the drop on him, rather than waiting for him at the switch. My heart was practically beating out of my chest. I couldn't tell if Kat was as nervous as I was. If she did it with the same poker face she always had. We dashed to another wall for cover, looked around, and repeated. How much time has passed? It feels like we've been looking for him for hours with the pressure. But I know it can't be more than a few minutes. As the minutes passed by, I could tell Kat was growing more and more impatient. She trained her gun wherever she looked, her trigger finger ready to shoot our only bullet at any time. Left, right. I glanced around, then looked to her, then back again. Her hands were shaking. Look left, look right. Only got one shot to make her break it. Look back to Kat. She's checking a corner ahead of us. She looks left, she looks right. Makes everything I have to stay focused. Don't think about dying. Not even the possibility. She turns to look back at me. Oh no. Damien's walking closer and closer behind her, with his gun resting on his shoulder. He can't be more than 10 meters away. He slowly lifts the gun from its resting position. Before I know it, I'm running towards her with everything I have. Something that's making me run. Something I've forgotten. Something I'm just starting to remember. The two of us at the beach. I can see it now. How many hours has it been? We made it to the ship, but it wasn't enough. The alarms were deafening. Security was going to be here any minute. And our only saving grace, our ship wouldn't start. That's it then. I've never heard Kat sound so desperate. Well, at least we tried, right? Who else can say that? She lowered her head and leaned on me. No, we're not giving up just yet. There's nothing we can do, Box. The engine's broken, the guards will be here any minute. We've got at least some weapons. It's not over yet. I grabbed the precious few firearms we had and split them between us. The two of us, and hundreds of them, there's no point. Not to mention, you're a terrible shot. You're right. Taking them head on would be suicide, but that's not what you'll be doing. Me, I'm just some nobody. But you're the big man's daughter after all. Your word means a lot to them. She was horrified. I would be too if I was in her shoes right now. No, I won't let you do this. We don't have a choice. Look around. Look, I'm not happy either, but both of us dying here would be worthless. But if you live, you get a second chance to make it out of here. A second chance to see the other side. I know, but what's the point if it's not with you? You'll have to find that out yourself. They're almost here. Come on. We're running out of time. Her hands were shaking. It looks like she was about to drop her gun any second. I hate you for this, you know? I know. And I'm sorry. She slowly raised her arms and trained the gun's sights directly at me. And now, we wait. Can you do me a favor? What's that? Don't shoot the face, please. I'm rather proud of it. I don't know what I'd do without my supernaturally good looks. She laughed through the tears. I would have still loved you, even without them. I bad at you, Kat. She kissed me for the last time. I love you. I love you too. Sorry, but it's gonna be the face. Let me just take off the safety. Wait, I didn't sign up for this. I heard my favorite sound. One last time. I could hear the guards coming now. We've only got seconds left. On the bright side, I won't owe you $10. Our bet? She laughed. I think it's pretty clear who won the bet. I can see the guards now. My time is up. What makes you say you did it? I'm alive? Everything hurts so bad, I almost wish I wasn't. The shock must have knocked me out cold. Cough up blood as my vision flared in and out rapidly, too fast to tell if I'd been fatally shot. Is all I could do to try to stay conscious. As you said, Father, anyone who breaks our law must be punished. I could barely make out her voice, but it brought comfort to me. You really do take after me. You made your old man very, very proud. Oh, well, you look at that. Looks like our little hero's got some light left. You know, you're in luck. See the whole escaping thing? I'm afraid I'm going to have to fire you. No severance. I tried to make a witty comeback back, but the only thing came out of my mouth was coughed up blood. But you're in luck. A new opportunity's just opened up, and I think... He kicked me in the stomach, then rolled me over with his foot. You'd be the perfect fit. He laughed as he crushed my palm under his foot. You might think I'm going soft on you by not killing you outright. He looked down at me, then back at her. Mark my words, you'll both wish I had. Do whatever you want. I don't care about him anymore. He laughed maniacally. I never did like him much anyway. My vision's fading. His words turned to vapor as I could feel myself crumple into nothing. The last thing I saw was her face. She was holding the river back with everything she had. Who are you going to fool with a poker face like that, Kat? I love you. Always have, always will. Sorry for what I've forced you to do. Even more so, I'm so sorry that you'll be alone now. But I hope one day you'll understand. Flash back to reality. I've almost reached Kat. I push myself to run faster and faster, faster than I've ever run in my life. Kat doesn't see him, but sees the alarm going off in my eyes. Damien points his gun at his daughter. He's preparing to take the shot. Kat starts to turn around, but there's no time. Damien's finger pulls back on the trigger. What am I doing? I see this world turn to slow motion. Why am I throwing my life away for Kat? These memories are mine, yet not at the same time. Who can say this if I'm the same person as before, who loved her so much? Who can say if these memories from a completely different me compared to who I am now? There's no time for answers. Even if I've forgotten you over and over, somehow I remember you, and I know that I would do anything for you. I run past Kat and throw myself in front of her because I love her. A gunshot rings out. It's like my body's struck by lightning instead of flame. He fires again and again. Undescribable pain ripples across my body as shot after shot rips through me. It's not like the movies where someone can stand after being shot over and over. The firing stops and my vision begins to fade. I can barely hear him reloading over the sounds of my body screaming in agony. My knees buckle. I start to fall. As I fall, I can see Kat with her gun trained on Damien. There's no fear in her eyes. Her hands aren't shaking. But she's biting her lip so hard I can see it bleeding. The last thing I see before the dark takes me is her finger pressing down on the trigger. Damien fires back. Wake up. Please. Don't die. What's happening? Am I alive? I've never heard her sound so desperate. Please. Wake up. I can't lose you again. Not again. I took everything I had just to open my eyes and breathe. Kat was cradling me in her arms with tears streaming down her face. Thank God. Don't pass out again. You almost gave me a heart attack. Kat, I coughed up blood. Save your strength. Did you get him? We did. That's great. The switch. We should be able to get it now, but you're in no shape to walk. And to be honest, I'm not in the best shape either. I looked up at her and felt my heart drop. You've been shot. She laughed. Yeah, now I know what it feels like. Even more sorry for shooting you back there on the beach. There was nothing you could have done. Yeah, that didn't stop me from regretting it every second of these past 2 years. That day, I made a promise to myself. It didn't matter how many people I'd have to hurt, or how much I would have to hurt. I would get you off this island, alive and well, even if it was the last thing I did. Even if I had to see you fall in love with someone else 100 times. Even if I knew it meant I could never be with you again. I made a promise back then, and I'll keep it, even if it kills me. Slowly, Kat tried to lift me off the ground and onto her back. She screamed and coughed up blood as she tried to lift me up. Stop! You're going to get yourself killed. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. She lifted me onto her back and took one step towards the switch. I told myself back then. She stepped forward again. Her legs were trembling. That if you weren't leaving this island alive, neither would I. Another step closer. Because I love you, you know? One more step. I know you don't remember most of our time together. Her breath was getting ragged. She'd take several steps, then have to pause for breath. Honestly, I'm glad you even remember bits and pieces. I'm grateful for whatever I can get. The switch is in sight. And maybe the you I fell in love with doesn't even exist anymore. So close to it, yet so far. But I'd like to believe it's still you. That you're still the same person that I fell in love with. We were just steps away from the switch. And I'm still the one you love. She laughed bitterly. It's just wishful thinking. I know. We're here. We made it. You just need to put your hand on the scanner. Can you do that? Got it. I used the last of my strength to reach my hand forward. With every inch I drew closer to it, my vision grew darker. I pushed harder and harder, with everything I had. Got it. My turn. Done. All that's left is to pull the switch. Sorry. I'm gonna have to put you down for a second. No. Cat gently rested me on the ground. Fuck. I can barely stand now. She tumbled towards the switch. She managed to catch it with her hands and used it to keep herself upright. Here we go. The moment we'd all been waiting for. She pulled it with the last of her strength. A second later, she fell to the ground by my side. The cacophony of machinery filled the stadium. That must be the barrier opening. We did it. Sorry. What for? I don't think we're getting out of here after all. I can't even move. It's okay. We had a good run, you know? I guess you could say that. At least the girls will be able to get out of here. They deserve better than to die here. Yeah. I love you. Always have, always will. For the last 2 years, I dreamed of us starting a new life together. Somewhere far away from here. But I guess life's not like the movies. Dreams don't come true. I wish we could have met in a different place, a different time. Maybe just then we... Cat? Her eyes were closed. Streams of tears ran down from both of her eyes. My vision blurred even more as tears welled up in my eyes. If we'd met in a different place, a different time, I'm sure our story would have been so different. I wish we could have, Cat. I tried to move closer to her, but my body refused. It's all I could do to move my head around. I looked around futility for some kind of miracle that could save us both. This is too sad an ending. I looked at Cat. I looked to the heavens, which had all but abandoned us. I looked behind us, and I saw what only could be described as angels. I tried to speak, but no words would come out. I must be dreaming. I must be. The world turned to black. Am I dead? If I keep asking myself that, it's bound to be right sooner or later. But somehow, I think there's more to come in my story. And I know there's one person that I will spend the rest of it with. I love you. Violet. I woke up in an unfamiliar room. Is the room shaking? I tried to get up. Ow, fuck! I looked down to my body. I'd been bandaged up enough to look like a mummy. But I'm alive. Welcome back. I knew you'd make it, but you had me for a second. You know me, I like to keep things interesting. It's great to see you again, Violet. Likewise. I'm not sure what I would have done if I had lost you. I've grown a tad attached, you might say. I'm sure the others want to know you're all right. A moment, please. Violet left the room and came back a few moments later. Oh my gosh, you're okay. I'm so glad to see you're all right. You really didn't make it easy to save you either. Oh, and if you find yourself craving brains or bananas, that's entirely related to how I treated you. I'm just happy it worked. If you died after all we'd been through, I'd kill you. But I'm really happy that you're here for me to say that too. I think what we're trying to say is, we're just glad you're okay. You know, the Resistance could use someone like you. Besides, it doesn't look like you have a real job anymore, huh? I'll have to think on that. Thanks, guys. You really stuck your neck out to save Cat and I. And I could never thank you enough. It's what you would do for us. We ran after you We ran after you two just moments after you'd left. There's no point in us escaping if it wasn't with you. Yeah, I know Cat said no, but hey. I didn't remember that at the time, so it's all good. By the way, Cat's doing well too. She's resting in the room next door. We even managed to save the Brothers 5 too. Couldn't just let them be stranded after, well, all that we've been through together. That's great news. Thanks for letting me know. We should be thanking you. None of us would have made it off that island if it weren't for you and Cat. It's true, despite whatever you may hear Tara say. I'm just saying, I have a pretty mean right hook. So good to see you all. I've got no idea what the world has for each of us, but whatever it has in store, we'll face it together. You bet. I'm surprised you could say that with a straight face, but yes, wouldn't have it any other way. Could really use you as a PR person for the Resistance. You got a thing for speeches. Wait a minute, if everyone's here and Cat's next door, who's driving the boat? Everyone looked at Tara. And that's a series exit for Terabyte! She ran off like a cartoon character. We laughed together. I felt like it had been so long since we could just laugh. No cameras, no fear, just friends fooling around. Anyway, it's so good to see her okay. That said, team, we need to give him some time to rest. Once again, I'm not trying to quarantine you because we didn't use a zombie virus unique properties to save you. Thanks, Scarlet. And thank you, everybody, for coming to save me. Don't mention it. We're all in this together and all that, right? See you later. All right. Enough with the cheese. Get out before he turns. I mean, before he needs rest. Yes. And with that, I was alone. Phew, I thought they'd never leave. Hey, Scarlet, what's up? Nothing. I just... She was hiding a syringe behind her back. Need to give you a shot for good luck. Right. I put my arm out forward. Well, the doctor knows best. I'm not a doctor. She injected the good luck into my arm. I just wanted to say thanks again. My life went off the rails back at the island, even before the show. That's putting it lightly. She laughed. I know if I stayed there, I never would have been truly happy for the rest of my life. I never would have been able to help people ever again. So, thank you again. You've been out, so there's no way you'd know, but today is the day that would have been the last day of the show, the final ceremony where you ask one of the girls to be with you. Now, I'm not saying anyone's rushing for a proposal, but I think there's somebody waiting for you up on deck. She's a keeper, so you better treat her right. Thanks, Scarlet. I will. She kissed me on the cheek. Don't mention it. And then I was alone in the room. It's time to go see her. I reached for the door, and a second later, she opened it. Hey. Should you not be resting? Probably, but I won't stand for it. Here, let me help you get back to bed. Thanks. I put my arm around her, and she walked with me back to the bed. I wanted to talk to you. At first, I wanted to wait until later, but I've learned some things that just cannot wait. I had to see you, no matter what. Why's that? First, I wanted to thank you. If it weren't for you, no, I never would have left that island alive. Right back at you, Violet. You gave us hope when we'd all but given up. Compared to that, I didn't do much. I could not have done it if it weren't for you supporting me all this time. You've helped me through so much. More grateful than I could ever express. You helped me realize that there's no such thing as a guarantee. The world we live in, the things we believe, whether or not we will survive another day, they could all be taken away in an instant. I'm positive none of us ever planned to be on a show like this, no? I'd like to think so. And if this is the way the world is, then there's nothing more important than making the most of every moment. That's all we have. It's true. More than anything, I want to share all those moments to come with you. Like you've been there for me. I want to make you smile when you want to cry. I want to make you make you as happy as you make me every day. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I love you. Will you be mine and only mine? I love you too, Violet. It'd be my pleasure to be yours. Will you be mine? For always, if you will have me. I couldn't help but smile. You beat me to asking you. I was going to find you and ask you out. I suppose great minds think alike. Perhaps I'm making a little more of the moment than you are, no? I laughed. You don't know about that. I don't know about that. I pulled Violet close and kissed her on the lips. She kissed me passionately, as if it was our last. For a moment, time stood still. All that mattered was Violet and I. It was bliss. I'm looking forward to the moments to come with you. I couldn't be happier. You took the words right out of my mouth. Here's to the moments we'll share, Violet. I love you. And that's that. I'm not going to reload and do all the endings. I'm pretty happy with my ending that I got. Overall, it's got an interesting story somewhat. It's fairly decent writing-wise. I will say, as a visual novel, I haven't played a ton of these, but it didn't really offer too many options. I prefer more gameplay with my games. This really was just a book with a slightly different ending depending on which one of the girls you like, which isn't necessarily bad and is something that probably you could say about a lot of visual novels. But I did, and it was fairly predictable at certain points. It did keep me guessing for the first half. Overall, considering I got this for free and it's like, what, $3 now or whatever, it's not bad. It took me about 6 hours to get through. Good for a weekend or whatever, or like one long session, I guess. Especially since I was reading everything out loud, you could probably get through this in like 5 or 4 hours if you weren't reading things out loud. Overall, I would recommend it if you're into this kind of thing. Although at this point, you know, here's the thing about this though, is like the visual novel itself, you've already seen all of it, except for maybe the different endings. Maybe that's a good reason to not do all the endings too. Give somebody a reason to go and check out the rest of the game. Go buy the game. I do prefer more game with my games. I prefer more gameplay with my games, but this was pretty good. The story was well written. I think if I was to do something like this again, I'd probably pick a game that was like more gameplay based to play on stream. I did like the characters. The characters were fairly well done. As like writing characters. I'd be interested to see what the sequel's like at some point, but I don't know if I'd play it on stream necessarily, because if it's like this, it's probably best for me to just kind of read it on my own time. I'll put it on my wish list probably and think about getting it later. But yeah, it was all right. It was okay. I do think that Violet was the most interesting character out of them. At least to me personally. I'm sure everybody's gonna have their own preference. Scarlet was okay, but kind of eh. The sporty girl being like actually secret agent is kind of fun. They really are pushing towards obviously her, but like the girl in purple. See, I already forgot her name. But like, I don't know. I didn't really care that much, you know. Like, yeah, I don't know. I just have a hard time when games try and push me towards the correct choice when it comes to these kind of things. Also, it's a preference I have in like my manga too, where it's like I really get annoyed that it's such a trope that the first girl the MC runs into, like it's so obvious like which of the girls is going to be like the canonical love interest and which one he's going to end up with. Same with the other way around too, with girls and guys. Romance stuff as well. It's really obvious which guy the girl's gonna go for from the start. It really bothers me because I can tell, because I've read enough romance stuff to see where it's going. I'd really like to see a romance thing that subverts that and like gives more equal screen time and like is a bit more vague on which person they're actually gonna end up with, you know. That being said, overall, pretty good time. But yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Nobody showed up for stream, but I'll put this up. I'll put into play with the other one, I guess, if anybody's interested in watching back on the VOD or anything. If you are, thank you so much for watching and everything. I'm not going to do the whole outro screen or anything right now. I think everybody's pretty much gone, not here. Or if they are here, they're watching back on the VOD. Yeah, I mean, if you enjoy the game, maybe go out and buy it. There's the sequel if you're interested in that on Steam. I think it's a few bucks. I've heard it's got more mixed reviews than this one, but maybe that's just because this one was free for a while and the next one wasn't. Not sure. So, yeah. I will see you guys later. Friday for Spider-Man. I'm gonna go eat some lunch and get ready for work, I guess. Maybe work on editing down a video. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Hope you're having a good week and everything. And in case I don't see ya, hope you have a good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See you guys.